I mean, it's and to be honest with you, I don't know. I feel like anybody that meets me knows I'm a pretty like well-natured and fairly thoughtful person. So it's
Mhm.
these stories never come from a place of wanting to attack anybody else, but like I want to ask complicated questions. I feel like I mean, that to me, that is like the major driving force of making great stories and making great art is like posing a real question, and maybe you develop some type of answer for yourself. But it's about the exploration of that
Yeah.
above all. Like, I mean, we get into some pretty big topics. Like there's in issue one, we deal with some domestic violence. That's the first thing that this character has to go and fix uh, in his debut as a superhero. And we come back to that for the rest of the series as a sort of subplot element. And it will hopefully prompt some kind of difficult questions, and they're questions that I don't have the answer to, but I think that they're worth talking about because we live in a society right now that is so easy to galvanize um, and into they're easy to galvanize into like a brutalist mentality with very little information,
Mhm.
and that makes me a little sad. Like, I mean, part of that conceit is also what led me to write Minutes to Midnight, right? This whole book about perspective, because I felt like there was a general lack of it in the world. But yeah, I mean, like, we're going to ask complicated questions, and I'm not here to point fingers. I'm not here to justify, and I'm not here to condemn. I'm just here to present the query, through
Uh,
the lens of this story.
I, yeah, and that's the point of fiction. Is to ask questions. They don't all have to be complicated questions. Like some of it could be goofy, like what if Godzilla attacks New York City instead of Tokyo? Like, but at the same time, when you think back to your favorite stuff, when you really dig deep into it, I think most people, when they're honest with themselves, it's because it did something deeper than that. As much as we like the popcorn stuff, like there's always deeper meanings. Some of these movies and comics and everything we consume.